Welcome everyone. Today's video I'm going to be giving a nice overview of the Unusual Whales platform here. We have had a lot of updates on Unusual Whales over the past couple of months. Mr. Whale is always putting in a lot of work and time into this, so I figured it's time to make another video, kind of give a brief overview of the layout and how things have changed. I'm going to kind of just go over where everything is. I'm not going to dive super deep into the details of each specific thing. I just kind of want to give a brief overview of where everything is. We have other videos too where that actually explain things like the option profit calculator and the hot chains and all that, but I'm just going to kind of give a brief overview on where everything is located now. So starting here, here's your Unusual Whales website, and most of the time people are going to spend their time in the flow, so let's start in the flow here. So I'm going to start here on the left side, work our way down, and then finish up here at the top. So starting over here, here's your market overview. Here you get all your latest news, you get your market tide. Down here you get sector flow, and you can get your pre-market and after hour earnings here. And if you have a watch list, you can see how you did there. So yeah, like in here you got your pre-market after hour earnings, and then all your sector flows here, which is really nice if you just kind of want a brief quick overview of the market without having to dig all around or go on a different website. Everything's pretty much right here, and all the significant news that's coming out is also over here too. So moving on, and again, this is the market overview area here. So moving on to the live flow. Again, kind of self-explanatory for people who have been using Unusual Whales. This is your option flow. So if you want to see SPY, just type in SPY and it's going to bring up all the SPY. One thing I do want to quick touch on though is you've noticed that, so before this would say buy and sell on the side. So Unusual Whales actually did a great thing and updated this. It's a little complicated, but I'll kind of break it down. So they got rid of the sell and buy due to the fact you can't 100% know if somebody is buying or selling a contract on that side, because you can sell a put and you can buy a put, and between every transaction there is always a buyer and a seller. So 100% sure though, Unusual Whales can tell you if it's the ask or bid side on the call or put side. So that is kind of why that change came in there, and kind of, I mean, it's more professional too versus assuming somebody's buying something. But that is kind of all I want to touch on with that. I don't want to dig too deep into that, but yep. So this is your option flow here. You can come up here and take it, peek at your charts, get all your charting information in here with the current filters, obviously. You got your trades, and you can sort by time, premium size, however you like. So moving on over to the live hot chains. I don't use live hot chains that much, but again, this is going to be all your hot chains. If a certain contract is being repeatedly hit, any of that, it's going to show up in here too. But anything hot is going to show up in here as well. So I typically use the hot chains and tickers. This one's 15 minutes delayed, but I use this to make my watch list. So moving down, so we got live watch list. So if you do have personal options watch list, I don't make one on here. I have my watch list all set out throughout the night, but I keep it in an Excel, a little easier to manage for me. But you have all your sectors in here, stocks if you want them, your options. So that's kind of if you want to keep an eye out on watch lists. So live flow alerts here. I do spend a lot of time in here. I love the live flow alerts. You do need to properly filter these though. So I do have a video on how to filter those too, but let's say you wanted to look at Apple here. So then it pulls up all the live flow alerts for that. So you got volume over open interest, repeated hits. Obviously, this isn't today, but just kind of giving a brief overview. So this is where you get all your information, and you can always come up into the rules here too, and it will tell you everything in here about the rules. So quick little, and you got explanations down here too, which is really nice of them to put in here, which is very helpful. So then you just go up here, back to alerts if you'd like. See if I can find a quick better one for you. So like Ford, like okay, like this is something that stick out to me. You got bullish flow here, so but that would be your live flow alert. So super flow is really cool. So if you have limited space on your computer, you only have one screen. I have 3 screens, obviously, but you can adjust this. Let's say you wanted to take that out, take this out, and add in, say, some dark flow. You can add that in, and you can have your flow open. So let's say you wanted Apple dark flow and then Apple regular flow. So you could have both up and you can watch both at the same time, which is really nice. And you can always add more in windows in here too. Let's do hot chains. So yeah, you can, I believe you can have up to 4 in here. Let's take a peek. Yeah, you can keep adding in here, and you can always adjust it too. So like if I wanted to adjust that over a little more, obviously that's not exactly how we'd want it to look, but let's do it like this. If I wanted that to be a little bigger, or you can't see that, well, I want to move this there. So Unusual Whales makes it very easy to adjust this area. And again, this is a super flow area. So dark flow, this is your dark pool data here. Internet's being a little slow. We've gotten about a foot of snow so far today, so bear with me. Go back. So there we go. So here's our dark flow. So again, you can always come up here, filter. All your filters are up here. You want to look at SPY dark flow. Throw that in. Here you go. Tells you when it's extended hours. So something nice there. And your lit flow here. Again, more lit flow. So along, I mean, you can pair that with dark flow too if you'd like. But moving on down to, this is something, another newer feature here in Unusual Whales. They threw in charting, and I do have a video on how to chart too. But I mean, you have all your stuff you can draw up here. You got your different studies you'd like to throw in, different filters, events. You can set alerts in here, which is really nice too. But yep, so I mean, all your stuff to set up your charting is up here along with over here. So moving on over to the intraday analyst, and it's going to show up, and of course, whatever I'm going to jump back to the live charting. You can always come up in here, but it's going to keep what you're looking at on the flow in here too. So you got SPY. Obviously, we're looking at SPY in the flow. So it's going to automatically pull that into the chart. But moving on over, it does the same with this intraday analyst too. We are looking at SPY, it's going to pull that up. And in here you can see your options volume, COPE, see some more option volume, your most active chains, your chains with the highest open interest, and on different things. This is really, SPY is harder because it's very liquid versus the smaller cap, where you could see where whales are in and out of trades. So coming down here, you can see your biggest option trades too. Your biggest movers here. And then that would be the bottom of the page. So yeah, this page does have a lot of stuff on it, and you can always get over to the charting here too. See your volatility. A lot of information on this page. This page is very, very great. Your fundamentals, which are very important. Obviously, for ETFs, you're not going to get them. Do Apple for this. I want to see what comes up. Yep. So then you get all your Apple's earnings, your estimated versus the actual EPS on whatever ticker you're looking at. Come down to if the ticker has dividends. Tells you all that payout and that information. Your options and history. So again, open interest changes, your flow history, options charting, flow levels, your Greeks. All this is very interesting. And this is where you can find your max pain as well too. So if you're going to the Greeks, this will pull up your max pain for whatever ticker you're looking at, and you can adjust, not that way. Then you can just adjust it that way and you will get your max pain, your volume flow, strike volume breakdown, your gamma, a bunch of other stuff in here too as well. So don't want to dive too deep into it. This would be a very long video otherwise. But then you can also check your shorts here. And this is a really nice thing that I like looking at too. You can see what institutions are holding here too, like how much Apple, Vanguard's holding, all that stuff. So it's very, very nice. You can see it when institutions are dumping off, let's say 10,000 shares of something, you'll be able to notice that and see that. And then coming back over to the overview here, you got your daily stats, latest news on Apple, your hottest chains, your insider buys, sells, options chart. So a lot of information here. Overview I really like staying into. So moving back down, we have the trading journal, and I believe this only works for IBKR. I'm not 100% sure. I don't use this. I have my own trading journal, but you can if you do. Let's see. So yeah, there's Interactive Brokers. I believe it's just IBKR that can. Yep. Okay, yeah, I believe it's just IBKR. So currently, and this is a little newer too. So again, hot chains and tickers. Now moving down, this is what I use to make my watch list. You can hide your index ETFs, and again, this is delayed though, so I make my watch list after market close, so I don't need to worry about that as much. But filter out your caps in here, filter it by sector if you'd like, and then you get your chains on the side there. So kind of self-explanatory. It's the same thing as the live hot chains, but this is just delayed. So now going into the correlations explorer here. So again, just some more information in here. Filter it how you'd like. You can do custom analysis in here. Dig into this if you'd like. So, and again, you can pick as many securities here as you'd like and then analyze that way, but not going to dive too deep into this one here. So your sectors flow again too. We saw that on the market overview. You have a nice view of all the sectors. You have your heat map of the S&P 500 down here. And we also have some more data down here. So this is just showing you what we did here, and you can compare it to. So let's say you wanted to compare XLC to XLF. Well, there you go. That's on your 1 minute chart. So, and now your chains and open interest explorer. So again, you can see what changes there were in the option chains here. And I mean, you get a nice visual too, like, oh, hey, this is on the bearish side, and you can kind of see their smashing that bearish ask side on that. So yeah, you get all your stuff in here. Then you got your ticker open interest changes too. So you got all that information in here, which is really nice. Your chain explorer too. So you got your historical options data on SPY, historical volume open interest here, and this will show you for that specific contract that you're looking at too, which is very nice if you're trying to see if a whale is in or out of a play. So your live news flow here again, news that actually matters to the market. So versus like if you have up a different website where they're saying, oh hey, this person, Kanye did this. I don't know why I'm using Kanye as an example, first person that came to mind, but that has nothing to do with the market, obviously, unless he's buying something. But Kanye decided to sell his house. We don't care about that news, and the whale is actually very good at filtering out that stuff. We only get viable, good information on the news side here. So again, that's in your market news, and you can just quickly get that in market overview too. Moving down to options dashboard, again, you get your most ask volume chains, so anything on the ask side, most bid volume chains on the bid side, top unusual chains, so have massive premium, volume, anything that's really unusual. So coming over to analyst flow next. So you have the analysts, they're giving you their buy, sell, maintain recommendations, hold. So you can see all that in here, and you can also see their profiles, which is really cool. So you can see who they are, their average return, their success rate. So that is really cool to see in here. And then another underrated area is the market events. So you can see your halts, pauses, and all that in here. Lets you know if it has options. Your holiday early closes, holidays closes. So you got your calendar here. I like to kind of take a screenshot and throw it off to the side just so I know if there's a half day, anything. So your stock splits in here, let you know if it's in the S&P 500 or has options. Your dividends, so everything that's paying a dividend, and again you can sort this by, let's say you wanted to go by your pay date. Internet's being slow. Yeah, so here you can just edit it by your pay date. So if you like scalping dividends, I mean, that's a really good tool to use. Your non-standard options, institutions. So it's going to show you what Vanguard's doing, BlackRock's doing, whatever. You just kind of sit in here, look at their, I mean, you've got their fund value, you've got a lot of their information here, which can be beneficial if you're trying to build a portfolio. So insider trades. So anything that's an insider, you've got their information in here. Your SEC report. So that's everything on the left side there. So I'm going to move over. So your option profit calculator, very easy to use too. You just come in here. Let's say you want to do a call on, what was this, Microsoft. So then easy to set up. I'm not going to dig too deep into it, but you have all your everything in here. You can search up here to do any ticker you'd like. And also we have down here your pre-built strategies too. So something to keep an eye out. So back up to the top here. So paper trading, and I recommend this for new traders. Get used to it. This is all your paper trading. Here you can do options and stocks, which is really nice. So this is just showing what other people are doing, so paper trade wise. So that is there, and then your settings are in here, however you want to set it up. I would not say do like 10 million and mess around. Do a realistic amount that you would probably trade with, but that's just my 2 cents on that. So the politics area is also very interesting. So you can get all your political reports here on trading. So, and again, the whale actually released his 2022 report today on January 3rd, and you can just click on that in there, and you've got all your trading here. So I'm not going to dive too deep into this, just kind of showing you where it is. But so that would be your congressional trading report. So go on back here. So that was under the politics section, and you've got other news articles down here too, which is again very, very helpful too. So coming over to alerts. So again, you can get your, so these are the live flow alerts here, I believe. Yep. So it brings us over to the live flow alerts, and these would just be regular stock alerts that you see on the Unusual Whales feed as well too, which these again are not buy signals. So you can set up an alert watch list, and for your emojis, this kind of for newer people, but it'll tell you over here this is your emoji legend. It's going to show you what each emoji on the flow means. So by that, I'll just show you an example. So if you click on the flow, it's everything over here. So, and even if you just scroll over it, it's going to give you a good example of it. Let me just pull up Apple. Yeah, like if you go over Leap, it's going to tell you it's a long-term equity anticipation here. So this is a 899-day expiration contract. So that's why it would be a Leap. So coming back up here. So where were we actually? Let me go back to the emoji legend. So yep, that is, it'll tell you everything in here that you need to know. So then you can also get your stock alerts here. So these are just kind of your stock alerts down here. Scroll through that too if you want. And then you got your SPACs. All your SPAC information in here. And your extra, again, I'm going to kind of just go over this. So, I mean, you've got your earnings reports up here. So it'll show you what's coming up for earnings this week. So pre-market, aftermarket. If you don't want to go in overview, or if you just want to see it for the whole week, you can easily just come here and do that. Or else if you just want to go in overview and see what earnings there are for the day, that's also an option. So also in here, I mean, you got your paper trading, your crypto whales here. Picked a bad day to do this with the weather. But yep, so you got your crypto whales in here too. All your crypto information. And just kind of some extra stuff. You got your futures. I don't spend that much time in the extra area. If you can find use for it, that's fine. But I mean, I get most of my stuff over on that left side under the main menu. But yep, you got your futures here, see what's going on. And then you come over to news here again, and it brings you over to the Blubber blog here. So get some more information in here too. So, but that is, and then of course, if you go into settings here, you can kind of see everything in here. So all your settings, if you want to change any colors on anything. So otherwise, that is kind of the breakdown on all the updates Unusual Whales has had over the past month or two. So that is all I have for everybody today, and just want to let you know, if you are interested in trying Unusual Whales, I will drop a code for 5% off any tier, and I also will be dropping my Discord link below. So if you're interested in either, feel free to take a peek below in the comments, and I have much more for everybody else soon. Thanks.